is the 10th ranked Boilermaker Dylan Lydy. He leads the team in wins with 23 on the year. He's 23-9 overall, redshirt sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana. Near the other side, you have David Riojas, freshman, 2-8 from Plainfield, Illinois. Definitely an opportunity when you look on paper here. Advantage Lydy, a chance to get going for the Boilermakers. What do you think, Hunter?
Yeah, that's definitely important. I mean, as you said, Lydy coming in, the 10th ranked wrestler at 174, and a very important match for him as he took a tough loss at Penn State. A very close match the whole time for him, going up against the true freshman in David Riojas. So this is definitely one that I think Lydy comes in with a little bit of confidence, hopefully not a little too overconfident.
Riojas lost to Chris Farr of Minnesota 10-4 in his last time out. Lydy took a tough loss against Penn State in a match that was pretty competitive throughout. As both wrestlers neared the out-of-bounds line, so we'll head back to center. As I see early on, an early stalling warning given to Riojas, and Illini's coach out to the edge of the mat, giving the referee a little piece of his mind and not very happy with that early stalling call. So it was just a warning, but next one against Riojas will be against him as a point, as Lydy and Riojas continue to wrestle at center.
Something that's very interesting, head coach Jim Heffernan from Illinois likes to carry around that challenge brick. I've noticed this whole match, the only time he sets it down is between matches. If it's in match, he has got that ready to throw at all times. That shows a head coach that's very concerned with the rules. He likes to make sure that his wrestler is getting the fair calls, not afraid to throw that challenge brick on this referee.
Not only that, but I think it's, as we see Lydy here going for the takedown, not only is he ready to throw it, but I also think he uses it therapeutically a little bit as Lydy gets a nice single leg takedown, as now he's going to work Riojas down on the mat. But as I was saying, the coach over there, now he's ready to throw it, but he's got it like a stress ball, I think, and I think he likes to have a nice firm grip just to relieve a little bit of stress throughout the match.
Yeah, for those who don't know, the challenge brick is just kind of a plastic covering over foam, so it does kind of look like he uses it as a stress ball throughout the match. He's squeezing on it the entire time.
So you have a little blood on the mat here for Dylan Lydy on his forehead. It looks like he got just a little cut, so they're going to clean him up.
I think that probably opened back up. He got that cut on Friday against Penn State, so it looks like maybe that just opened back up.
Kind of came at an inopportune time Friday night when he got that cut, because it seemed like the momentum kind of flipped from that point forward in the match. The little break gave Penn State's coaching staff a chance to kind of go over things with this wrestler and get him out there, and it seemed like that he really put the pedal down from that point forward.
Yeah, if it's going to happen here, it's good that it happens early on before your opponent gets a chance to figure out what you're going to do for the rest of the match. But starting off well here, Lydy only has 2 points, unfortunately 30 seconds in, but I'm sure he's not done.
So with Lydy on top here, scored 2-0 in his favor. He's going to try to keep Riojas down on the mat as you see him quickly get to his base and try to roll through. Lydy, a good job kind of working his way across the body and staying in control. Another roll through by Riojas. Lydy, once again, a good job fighting it off. Back-to-back, really good plays by Lydy. He's got to keep a hold of that leg now as they continue to sprawl around the mat. And boy, that was just high-flying and back and forth. Good job by Dylan Lydy to keep control and not lose a second to really go over it, as it looks like we're going to have another break here for blood, and this time looks like it's on Riojas, but
yeah, it looks like the Band-Aid or something, or however they patched up that before didn't work so well. It looks like they may end up just gauzing it and wrapping it around his head.
Yeah, new strategy here, going to go, as we call it, the warrior pose. Yeah. We saw it a couple of times last time here in Holloway Gymnasium. They just take that gauze, and then it's black tape all the way around.
The first shot's just like a butterfly bandage to see if they can hold it together and stop the bleeding, but if that comes off and it starts bleeding again, then they just wrap his entire head.
It goes into samurai mode.
Gauze.
Yep. So really interesting little spurt there we had, and you saw Riojas 3 times trying to roll through to get out, and if you're on top there, what's your strategy to kind of keep him from being able to get out?
It's very tough. When someone rolls underneath you like that, it's very tough. It's impressive when you see a wrestler stay on top in those situations, because when a wrestler quickly rolls like that, all of a sudden you lose your balance. Your weight is all of a sudden there's nothing under you holding your weight, And if you can get caught on the heels of the guy that's rolling, then you end up getting flipped over. So it's a case-by-case basis. When someone rolls, there's not a good answer to a roll other than make sure you keep your weight from shifting quickly.
Lydy kind of gives up the 1-point escape there, and I wonder if that's in response to what he saw to Riojas last time around, as now Lydy goes for the single leg again. He's had much more success neutral, as he's going to try to keep a hold of that leg and get him down to the mat. Riojas doing a good job driving through and trying to get Lydy down on the mat. Still no advantage given to either wrestler as they continue to sprawl around the mat. Lydy back on top now. Big tree trunk takedown. 2 points for Dylan Lydy.
Regardless, 2 points either way, but I think the referee may have called a reversal there rather than an escape and a takedown. I think that was the call. Very interesting call that there was no escape awarded there and then a takedown. He called a reversal to put him up 4-1 instead of 5-1.
So it'll be interesting to see when we get a break here if they go to the scoring table and look at it. But by the score right now, it looks like that Riojas was given the 1 point for the escape, and then nothing was given in that entire sequence of rolling around, and then finally it was just Lydy who got the 2 points. It'll be interesting to see if that gets changed. But at this moment, it is 4-1 in favor of Lydy as he defers here to start the second period. It's going to be Riojas' decision. He's going to go down, which is a smart move because he did have a little bit of success when he was down and not as much success at neutral. So it'll be interesting to see if Lydy tries to attack this time or if he lets him up once again. Looks like he's going to go for the traditional grip and try to keep Riojas down on the mat. Let's see if he goes for that flip roll through again. Nope, Lydy decides to let him go.
Probably a good call by Lydy. Has had some success in neutral position already in this match. So instead of fighting and keeping him down, just let him go. Give him his escape point. See if you can't come back in with a takedown of your own.
Shot there by Riojas. Fought off nicely by Lydy, not letting him getting a hold of that right leg. Another chance there by Riojas, but he kind of found himself sitting down in his hips, and Lydy worked that to his advantage with ease and just threw his weight forward and got the takedown.
Yeah, that comes along with an experienced wrestler, just being able to feel your opponent's weight shift that way, and knowing, and more importantly, knowing what to do with it when you feel your opponent's weight shift like that.
So after that takedown, Lydy increases his lead to 6-2. Riojas starting down, and Lydy is going to do the same exact diamond grip, you would call it, on the back of Riojas and kind of let him up. There it is, so 1 point for Riojas, and they're back to center and straight up, which we've seen Lydy with a lot of success so far in the match.
Looks like Lydy's bandage may have moved off of his cut again, so hopefully that doesn't start bleeding again.
We'll find out here shortly as Riojas went for a shot. Lydy fought it off. Back to center they go. You're right, it's nowhere near. It looks like the cut is just on the eyebrow, or just to the left of the eyebrow.
Yeah, and those are tough, especially for the trainer to take care of, because I'm sure, as everyone knows, the head bleeds more profusely than just about every other part of the body. It's hard to get that cut on the head to stop bleeding. Can be frustrating at times for an athletic trainer, especially when you head over for blood time 2 or 3 times in a match, as we're probably going to get here as soon as the referee turns around and sees that.
And as we end the second period, we're going to have another stop for blood, as they're going to take a look as the trainer gives a smile and is trying to figure out what he's going to try next for his next strategy. It's not only is there strategy on the mat, but these training staffs have to go through some strategy to find a way to keep these wrestlers from bleeding out.
Yeah, they definitely have a process that they go through for each blood time. They're not going to be surprised by much, as they've seen just about everything. But I think it looks like they're going to give it another shot. Looks like they may have put a little wax or something on the cut to kind of lock it down a little bit.
Kind of like use it as kind of like an adhesive, like a glue, as they go back to the samurai strategy, as I like to call it. So with the score 6-3 in favor of Dylan Lydy, We enter the third period. It's going to be Lydy's decision, and I expect him to probably choose neutral, you'd say, wouldn't you? Neutral or up?
Well, I believe he made a decision.
I thought it was Riojas who decided to go down to start the second. I could be wrong. We'll find out here shortly, but I think it's to Lydy.
Yeah, I believe Lydy was given the decision, and he chose bottom.
Did he?
Not a position he's been in for most of the day. Yeah, it looks like he's
You are
going to take
correct.
bottom.
So Lydy will be on bottom here, leading 6-3. Yeah, right. I think this is the first time he's been on bottom all day.
Yeah, I mean, all three of Riojas' points are all escape points, so he's not been in that situation yet.
One-point escape finally given for Lydy, as I think everybody thought he might have had it earlier on. But nonetheless, 7-3 now your score. Minute 50 to go in the third period. Riding time in favor of Lydy at 1 minute and 23 seconds. So in order to fight off that point by Riojas, he's going to have to get Lydy down to the mat and keep him down for at least 23 seconds.
Yeah, what's going through Lydy's mind right now, though, is going for those bonus points. Down 15-3, they could use that extra bonus point going into these later matches.
And in order to get that bonus point, he's got to get a major decision. So he's going to need some more offense and some more scoring. Both wrestlers continue to wrestle near that out-of-bounds line. You saw the referee continuing to tell them to wrestle on, wrestle on. As we now enter the last 45 seconds of the match. Lydy has a nice hold of that right leg of Riojas.
Probably going to see a stalemate out of the referee unless Riojas tries to flip around.
Looks like Lydy's in a good position here. If he can get that leg out and free. Still no advantage given yet. And now 2 points are given.
And it looks like Lydy may try to use that leg under there to his advantage and maybe try to roll backwards.
Back points here could be huge, as the score is currently 9-3 in favor of Lydy. Last 5 seconds.
One last ditch effort for those back points. It don't look like he's going to do it. But
overall, great effort.
If he would have made one last ditch effort for those back points, I think he may have got him. He was very close to getting past that 90-degree mark and getting those back points. Didn't turn out for him, though.
So Dylan Lydy gets the decision in the win to increase his overall team leading win total to 24 as he moves to 24-9 on the year.